Today we have a unique session on our platform with our honorable guest, Birinji Beatrice ma'am from Uganda, East Africa, and she is providing us a very enlightful sessions on a regular basis. So today she is going to enlighten us on a very relevant and important topic once again, that is holistic awakening for holistic health. So if anyone has any query or question, you can ask directly in the comment section during live. So thank you so much, ma'am, once again for your valuable time and for such a wonderful and insightful topic you are going to share with us. So now we can proceed.
Thank you so much, Samyak. Good morning, good afternoon to all our viewers. I'm very happy to be here. Before we understand what holistic awakening for holistic health is all about, let us ask ourselves this question. Are we awakened or are we still in slumber, in season-based calendar time, seeing separation all around us, competitive self-centeredness, for life and existence would be seeing the world and humanity through the lens of higher consciousness of unity, peace, love, and gratitude instead of a limited view of the world and existence through the lens of low consciousness based survival. We live in times where what we see, what we hear, what we taste, touch, and feel from our outer environments fills us with anxiety and fear. And that gets the brain to release neurotransmitters that flood our bodies, affecting our genes, proteins, and downgrading our health. We can awaken the sleeping giant within us, that creative nature that we have, influential emotional intelligence, and tap into the inward universal intelligence to awaken that sleeping giant, the innate pharmacy of our bodies that is there specifically to safeguard and to heal our bodies. And not only do we heal our physical body, we also heal our emotional body, our mental body, and our psycho-spiritual body. Now, today's presentation is about holistic healing and holistic health. Holistic awakening is mainly about awakening to the nature of who we are so that we can get to that point where we can easily be able to heal ourselves and be able to that point where we see the world through the lens of higher consciousness so that we can be able to look at a world through the lens of peace, love, gratitude, so that we can get to the point where we can actually tap into that universal intelligence. As we are awakening, we always find ourselves asking these questions. Where do we come from? Where are we going? What are we here on this planet to do at this particular time? Is there a purpose to individual existence? Is there a collective one for all humanity? Is there a divine force energy we connect to that is inspiring empowerment and growth? In other words, we are awakening from lower consciousness to higher consciousness, and this gets us to step into the realm of infinite possibility, of freedom of mind for healthier lives, towards fuller potential, better possibility, better world, and to be the greatest version of the best vision of who we can be, that is whole, complete, transcending suffering and death, living the miracle of our lives in a new body with a new mind to co-create health and healing in every aspect of our lives with cosmic love. So, as we get to holistic awakening, we are awakening to the nature of reality and who we are. We are looking at our experience on this physical planet as spiritual beings. And we will be looking at the difference between the unseen ethereal realm and the visible physical plane. We will be looking at a whole new world of energy and how we can create our physical body, our mental body, and our emotional body, and the psycho-spiritual body that helps us to expand our hearts, to activate greater love, greater compassion for ourselves and others, so that we can get to that point where we feel infinite love and compassion that fosters our greatest healing potential, creating harmonious balance of body, mind, and spirit energies. It is possible to heal our physical, mental, and emotional bodies for the body, mind, and spirit to be in harmonious balance through the mind. We have to set this innate self-healing nature within us, our body's immunity. Our body has its own pharmacy that is there naturally to safeguard us and to help us heal quickly when we get injured. And when we tap into that innate pharmacy, we can have long, healthy, fulfilling lives and youthful radiance. We can be protected from disease, and we can bounce back quickly in the face of injury and illness, and we can be able to resolve past trauma, and we can be able to affect situations with the energy from our body and mind, and we can activate the 12-strand DNA for the spiritual benefits of intuition and all the others. In other words, we can have a healthier body through the mind. And we can be able to think greater than we feel, to feel greater than the outer circumstances that we are always exposed to. When we go to slide 9, we are going to see the content that we are going to go through when we are looking at holistic awakening. We are going to be looking at spiritual being man's experience in a physical dimension. We will be looking at why spiritual beings are here in the physical bodies on this physical earth. We will be looking at the two planes, the spiritual, that is the ethereal, and the physical solid material plane. And we will see how we can affect dense solid matter with the energy of our body and mind. And we are going to look at a whole different world of energy. Now, when we look at spiritual being man's experience in a physical dimension, let us remember that we are spirit beings having a temporary physical experience on a physical solid world. We come from a higher frequency dimension, the ethereal plane of unseen reality of oneness, formlessness, timelessness, boundlessness, changelessness, eternal, immortal, infinity, where there are no bodies, no things, no images, no ideas, and no concepts. However, when we are born into a physical body on a lower frequency plane called Earth, we wake up in a different dimension altogether of visible reality of space and time, of concepts and ideas, of images, physical bodies, material things, bodily changes with disease, aging, and dying. And we find ourselves in an environment where we think we are physical beings when we really aren't, where we think we own stuff when we actually don't, and where we seem to constantly worry about disease, aging, and dying when our essential human powers are eternal, healthy, and ageless. Most of us get so caught up in our bodies, in our physicality, in our doing, not in our being. The physical body becomes our identity. We get caught up in the world of time. We start to separate from universal oneness consciousness from where we originate. Can we be able to put more emphasis on energy, on the spiritual part of us, and not so much on the physical? Now, let us ask ourselves this question. Why are spirit beings in physical bodies on a physical earth? Number one, we are here to have dominion over physical material world as spirit luminous energy. Two, we are here to affect physical matter with energy from our mind and body to heal body situations and circumstances that we face on everyday basis. Three, we can affect the course of human events with our spirit energy. Four, we can elevate the lower frequencies of the dense earth living from our spirit part. Five, the physical solid body is designed to play a physical game of material perception. Six, we are here to develop and grow and acquire consciousness beyond the physical plane. Seven, we can get to where the highest spirit and the lowest matter are merged. And eight, life on earth is about learning lessons. It is a classroom, it is a stimulation, it is a learning experimentation of this physical dimension in order to get back to oneness, to where we came from. And this gets us asking ourselves as we are in this classroom, in this simulation. One, what is the role of matter? Two, what is the role of spirit? Three, what is the balance of power between spirit and matter? Four, who is the master and who is the servant? Five, what happens if matter rules one's decisions and thoughts, and if life is valued purely on material possessions? Six, what happens if spirit guides one's life based on higher principles? Now, when the spirit part of who we are transcends matter, that is our body that we have, the spirit begins to triumph over matter, and it turns matter into its own purpose and shapes matter for its own expression, so that matter may become the means whereby all the powers of the spirit are made manifest. When we incarnate from the ethereal invisible plane onto the physical plane, we enter by choice this physical plane 3D game of material perception. Each one of us creates our own reality through how we see the world. Our reality on the physical plane in these physical bodies isn't any more or less than any of the other people's. All of them are simply illusions of perceiving solid material things, of perceiving separation, of perceiving time, and perceiving death. One of the rules and one of the limitations of matter is that the solid body cannot walk through a solid wall. It has to look for a door, find the key, and only then can it enter. However, in truth, the wall is not solid. It's simply made of programming code, not brick. We can choose to play the game to our advantage and have matter respond to our commands and our intentions, so that we can be able to affect matter with the energy from our body and mind and heal ourselves and heal our circumstances and heal all our dilemmas. The physical solid body was designed for us to play the matter game, the laws of physics, the laws of gravity, the laws of motion, and natural selection. Physical creation is the product of the unseen reality which it manifests. We can create a favorable condition, we can create better health, a successful career, and everything is created twice. First in the unseen realm, and then on the seen realm where it is manifested as physical and solid, as something that we can see with our physical eyes. There are those energetic levels beyond the physical that we are not aware of. The matter body we are in right now is enlivened by the energy within. Every atom is more than 99% empty space and energy. Subatomic particles are simply compressed, vibrating energy bundle parts of information. They seem solid, but they are not. Now, what are these two planes that we need to understand today? We have this spiritual, ethereal, and seen realm, and we have this physical, solid material plane that we are very conversant with. But we find ourselves focusing on the 1% of matter and not the 99% spirit energy. The physical natural world and the spiritual world coexist. They are not separate. Our body and mind connects us to this physical world that we are in right now. Our spirit part connects us to the spiritual realm, to the ethereal unseen plane. These bodies are holy vessels that house the spirit being so that we may be able to live on this earthly plane. Our natural world consists of everything we can see, houses, people, the sky, whereas the spirit world consists of realities that we cannot see, that are very real and more powerful. This physical world reminds us that we are having a human experience with the 5 sensory organs that are telling us what we hear, what we see, what we smell, and what we taste. Without realizing it, we become highly critical human beings that are concerned mainly with our body image and other trivial issues. Now, in order to play the game to our advantage, walk on water, and pass through the walls, we need to elevate the frequency of the material solid things in order to tap into the immaterial plane. We can affect dense solid matter with the energy of our mind and body. That dense matter of the physical conditions of our body, that insentence emotions that we feel, those situations and events that we face, those choices and habits that have ended up owning us, and the expectations we have of people and places where we feel disappointment. Like Nikola Tesla says, that if we need to understand the world we are living in, we need to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. There is a whole different world that our mind isn't aware that it exists yet. That unseen world of energy, that unseen world of the soul and of the mind that is more real and more powerful. When we are aware of this world, we can learn to live and function better. We can enrich every area of our lives, our wealth, our health, our career, our family, vocation, relationships, and love. Everything that appears in the physical realm is always connected with energy flow at the invisible level. Everything is energy. Everything that makes up a human mind, body, and spirit correlates at an energetic level to something external in nature that we can see, touch, smell, and feel. We can use the vibrational frequency in nature to heal and balance our bodies and emotions. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can be altered, redirected, and channeled. Do we see things as solid or as energy or as both? Do we see ourselves as solid, as energy, or as both? Do we see ourselves as souls vibrating with energy, participating in the game of solid things? And this will determine how we play the game by the rules of the physical plane, and how we eventually raise our consciousness to see beyond physicality and be able to influence matter with the energy from our body and our mind. And this will help us to heal our bodies. It will help us to have ageless, youthful radiance appearance. And it will help us to have a longer lifespan with quality of life well lived. The physical form is just an appearance. It has denser energy frequency. So in order to affect matter with the energy of our mind, we have to increase the frequency of the physical body to match the frequency of the quantum unified field that creates matter and organizes matter into energy and then energy back into matter. We as energy can create a better job, better health, better relationships, and better careers. The human body is the microcosm of the universe. Everything that exists in the universe as consciousness is represented in our human body. The quantum unified field of consciousness that is creative is within and around us all the time. And our human energy field interacts with and influences this quantum creative unified field at all times with every belief, every intention, every thought, every word we say, every emotion we feel, and the choices and habits that are infused in our human energy field. This means that our human energy field informs the quantum creative unified field at each moment of our existence. This quantum creative unitive field is an energetic, formless source of creation that can create our healing, that can change our situations. Every aspect of our physicality, our health, and radiance. When we start to consider ourselves as more than just physical bodies and see ourselves as luminous energy field organizing ourselves in physical body, we can influence reality. We can manifest and create what we want directly out of the quantum creative unified field. And we can get this, one, by getting in the gap between our thoughts, where our beliefs no longer affect our reality as we get to our true formless self. When we aren't thinking, we are free from beliefs and expectations, and we align with the quantum creative unified field, matching our energy with the energy of the quantum creative field. That field of all possibility. Two, we can tap and align our material bodies and our energetic blueprint. What is our energetic blueprint? It is that part of us that is a projection of our consciousness. And this is the time that we can change our beliefs, change our intentions, change our emotions, so that as we tap into the quantum creative unified field, we can change the energy that defines our human energy field, and then we can change the quantum blueprint that connects us to the creative energy, and that's when we can rematerialize what we want to see happen to us in the physical form. Each time we oscillate between form and formlessness, we have complete, total responsibility of what we can choose to create with our intention to manifest out of the quantum creative unified field. Every time our reality oscillates between form and formlessness, the quantum creative unified field informs the creative field what to materialize as reality makes its transit back into form. This understanding that we are always flashing in and out of form is crucial to understand ability to heal and create. Okay. To recap, we have so far seen the divine incarnated into the physical material plane. We have already seen how energy from the divine can affect our situations. Now, we can hone into this power of alignment by making sure that our thoughts, our emotions are in alignment with what is with the higher consciousness. Let us now go to slide 32 and look at the holistic health content. Here we are going to be seeing what is energy, the flow of energy, the sources of energy, what depletes energy or life force, how we can tap into the 24-hour human body energy clock, energy healing and energy medicine, what ill health and disease according to energy psychology is, health according to energy psychology, activating energy centers that can change every course of life, and activating the 12-strand DNA for wholeness. Now, what is energy? This life force, this Kai, this spirit, it is the essential life force that flows through all of nature. It's the vitality that gives life and direction to all matter. It goes beyond what conventional science understands life to be. This energy is infinite power. It is an incredible force. It is the vibrating ground of our being. It influences how we feel, and it influences the outcomes of our circumstances. The word energy comes from the Greek word anageia, which means work within. The body is energy. The atoms are mostly empty space or energy. Our bodies are made up of the same stuff as the universe, enters through our feet, circulates through all our body, and then is emitted into the universe as we become one part of the energy loop. And this energy surrounds our body like a shield or aura. Energy flows within our interconnected mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual bodies. And as spirit, we can be centered and grounded, and our thoughts and attitudes that are in our mental, and the heart where we feel our emotions, and the body where we are moving as energy. When we look at slide 36, slide 36 shows us the sources of energy. We get life force from three forces of nature. The universal force that is high masculine positive energy charged. This universal cosmic force is of heavenly energy of the stars, planets, and galaxies, and we take it in as we breathe in every breath that we take. The second source is from the earth source, that high, feminine, negatively charged frequency that we receive from Mother Earth, from the plants and animals that we take in as food. Then the third human force is formed from the 5 elements of nature: wood, water, fire, earth, that nourish the organs and senses of us as humans. Our body is a complete energy system, and any imbalance in the body creates an obstruction of the flow of energy, which can result in illness or negative thoughts and feelings. What depletes the life force? Life force is depleted by illness. So we need to conserve physical energy so that it is no longer scattered through our worldly interactions, through our senses, what we see, what we hear, what we smell, and what we touch. It can also be depleted through excessive sex. We can to develop the physical body into an efficient, healthy organism. We can live in the world and yet stay free of the tensions and stresses of daily life. When we aspire to return to childlikeness state of innocence and vitality, to regain our original source that is our birthright, we can learn how to heal ourselves, we can learn how to heal ourselves, and we can learn how to be the best people we can be in terms of physical energy. When we look at slide 36, 39, it gives us how we can tap into our 24-hour body energy clock so that we can retain energy, heal our bodies, and have youthful appearance. As you look at this clock, each particular time has what is going on within the energy within our bodies so that we can do exactly that around the 24-hour clock so that we can be able to keep vibrant and healthy. When we look at what happens between 11 o'clock at night and 1 o'clock at night, the gallbladder is being purified. Between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., the liver is being detoxified. Between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., it is the lungs that are being detoxified. Between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m., it is the large intestine. So each of these quotations of time, we have a particular thing that we have to be doing if we need to keep healthy. There is a miracle happening in our cells every second of each day. Billions of chemical changes are occurring every second. We can renew every cell, every tissue within our body and brain because our body and our brain are a bio-oscillator tapped into this energy clock. In order for us to have new genes, new proteins, new hormones, and new tissues. And all protein in our body is connected to this body energy clock. We can heal any organ in our body and we can have ageless, youthful appearance. There is a particular makeup within our body that connects us to the flow of nature, to the flow of the stars and the moon and the cosmos that enables us to keep looking young and healthy. Now, let us define what energy healing is and what energy medicine is so that we can understand how we can heal ourselves. Energy healing is a pleasant, powerful therapy that helps connect to our inner source of vibrancy and life force. It is a holistic practice that activates the body's subtle energy systems to remove energy blocks within our body. Energy medicine is an approach to healing that treats the subtle energy patterns of the body to ease unpleasant symptoms of illness. Energy psychology, on the other hand, is a collection. We are on slide 42. Energy psychology is a collection of mind-body energy approaches, and it focuses on the relationship between what we think, the sensations we feel in our body, how we find ourselves reacting, and the emotions that we feel. Slide 43 shows us how the 5 major organs of our body are linked to the 5 major emotions, because the biggest problem that causes disease is emotions, the emotions that are stored in the 5 internal organs. The liver is destroyed by anger. The heart is destroyed by hatred and agitation. The stomach is destroyed by worry and overthinking. And the lungs are destroyed by depression and sadness. And the kidneys are destroyed by excessive fear. Health, therefore, according to energy psychology, is a free-flowing life energy. And the 3 components of our organism as body, mind, and spirit has to do with life has to do with energy that is flowing freely without emotional conditions that are the root of our physical illnesses. Now, let us look at slide 45 and see how we can heal our chakras. Once we are aware of energy, and we are aware of the power to control our life and destiny, healing our chakras will start attracting wealth, romance, love, joy, and unstoppable clarity of mind, because each chakra governs multiple parts of our body. Will we choose to heal our chakras, reset, balance, and stop pushing away the good that is meant for us? We are living in tense times where everything we know seems to be under threat. As a result, we struggle with anxiety. We are scared what's going on in the world. War, adverse weather conditions, the pandemic, the financial crisis. Every news filled us with trepidation, and when there is no justifications for it. All these acts as a contaminant and tremendously affect the health of our chakras. We can unblock our chakras. We can redeem our past and have a breathtaking future to look to. Right now, our energy centers are not vibrating at the frequency that they should. And that is preventing abundance in every area of our lives in the way of our energy centers that vibrate with low density instead of high density. How can we have high vibrations that attract higher frequency for more positive experiences? We can raise our vibration by spending time in nature, by eating a healthy diet, by meditation, expressing gratitude, gentle exercise, yoga, using high vibrational crystals, limiting exposure to violent news, showing kindness and compassion, and limiting the time spent on electronic devices and surrounding ourselves with positive people. When we go to slide 50, it shows us how we interact with the cosmos in order to heal our chakras. First and foremost, we need to understand that we have the human energy field of our chakras. Then we have the aura field that represents every area of our chakras as the aura, that energy that surrounds us. And this energy that surrounds us interacts with the cosmic field around us that creates our healing and the balance and harmony that we need. The next slide, slide 51, shows exactly how our body is composed of the energy fields and energy systems. Slide 51. There are 9 subtle bioenergy systems within our body. And within our body, we also have 4 energy bodies of aura or spiritual energy or life force around us. And it is around us all the way from conception. So apart from the energy system within our bodies, there is also that auric energy around us, and that's where we get to our chakras. Slide 52 shows us how energy flows through our meridians. Now, within the subtle body energy, there are chakras, and these chakras are shaped like funnels. And this is well shown on slide 53. We have the crown chakra that is at the very base of our spine, followed by the sixth chakra, the solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra at the top of our head. We have 144 centers. Let's go to the next slide, slide 54. And each of these is vibrating at a particular frequency, and each of those has a particular theme and a particular quality to it. And what are these chakras? When we look at slide 55, slide 55 gives us a summary of these chakras. Chakras are not only energy centers, they are states of consciousness, how we view the world. The lower 3 chakras are chakras of lower consciousness of a 3D world that we live in, that is mainly focusing on survival. The 3 chakras, the high consciousness chakras, are the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th chakras that are high consciousness chakras that are based on oneness and transcendency. And the heart chakra is the bridge that bridges together our lower chakras and our upper chakras. So when we have trapped chakra, trapped energy in our root chakra, we are overly concerned with survival. And when we have trapped energy in the sexual chakra, we see the world through the sexual lens, and this is creating a limited view of our world. So what can we do in order to heal ourselves? When we get to slide 56, it gives us a summary of each chakra, and it shows us how each chakra has a particular theme. The crown chakra has the theme of spirituality, the third eye chakra, the theme of awareness, The throat chakra, the theme of expression and communication of our truth. The heart chakra, the theme of love and healing. The solar plexus chakra, the theme of wisdom and power and action. The sacral chakra is the chakra of sexuality and creativity, and the root chakra is where our basic trust is. If it is possible, you can save a screenshot of this and later on in your time be able to see how deficiency of energy or excessive energy in each particular chakra can affect us and cause disease, and how we show up if we are balanced in every chakra of our system. When we move to chakra 57, it shows us the particular sounds and tones and notes and vibrations that stimulate the healing of each of our chakras. Now, on slide 58, how do we know which chakra is blocked? The root chakra can be blocked, and we can know that we have it blocked when we experience a lot of fatigue, when we are having issues with constipation, and when we are feeling spacey out there, not feeling grounded and not feeling safe in the world. We will know that the second chakra, the sacral chakra, is blocked when our sex drive is low and when we have very limited creativity. And for most women, it is experienced as painful periods and infertility. The third chakra, how do we know that it is blocked? When we have low self-esteem and when we lack willpower and when we have poor digestion and issues to do with blood sugar. How do we know that the fourth chakra, the heart chakra, is blocked? When we are lacking empathy, when we are fearing intimacy, and when we have bodily conditions like heart disease and high blood pressure. How do we know that our throat chakra for expression is blocked? When we struggle to express ourselves and to express our feelings, and when we have bodily complications with sore throat and thyroid problems. How do we know that our third eye chakra is blocked? When we have poor intuition and when we get frequent headaches, depression, and have hormonal imbalances. And how do we know that our crown chakra is blocked? When we have bodily disconnection and when in our bodily habits we have poor sleeping patterns. The good news is we can have healing affirmations to heal every area and every chakra of our body. In order to heal the root chakra, we have affirmations such as, I love being in my body. I am centered and grounded. I am at peace with the material world in which I live, and I am able to let go of fear, and I know that I am eternally safe. That affirmation can hit the root chakra. What affirmation can heal the sacral chakra? I am alive. I am connected and aware. I embrace pleasure and abundance. I give myself permission to enjoy my sexuality to the full. The sweetness of life flows through and I radiate its joy. Affirmation for healing the third chakra, the solar plexus chakra. I am confident in all that I do. I stand up for myself. I respect myself at all times. I choose health, healing, and happiness. To heal the heart chakra, the affirmations are, I am kind to myself. I allow love to fill me up and guide me in my actions. I am able to let go of the past, to forgive myself and to forgive others. I love myself and others fearlessly. To heal the throat chakra of communication, the affirmations are: I speak up for myself. I express myself with clarity and confidence. When I speak, I do not back away from what is true. I express my gratitude towards life. How do we heal our third chakra? Which affirmations? I am connected to the divine source of the universe. I always honor and follow my intuition. I invite sacred information and transformation. It is safe for me to see the truth. How do we heal the crown chakra? What affirmations? I go beyond my limiting beliefs and I accept myself totally. I honor my body at the temple as the temple that nourishes my soul. I am divinely guided and I am inspired. Now, we can activate the 12 strand DNA for wholeness. We are on the last slide, slide 59. Our DNA is a fancy word for chakras. Chakras are our spiritual DNA. There are two types of DNA, the physical DNA and the spiritual DNA. New studies have shown that humans use only 8% of our DNA. There is a 98% that we refer to as junk DNA that is unused. But the truth is, this junk DNA is simply that DNA that is still waiting to be activated that has not been activated yet. And when we activate it, we experience changes in every part of our body. And this is what epigenetics, that is a scientific term for changes, talks about. When we activate our DNA, these 12 strands of DNA that correspond to the 12 chakra points, although we talk only of the 7 main ones, these chakra points are the storehouse of our wealth, our creativity, our influence, our health, our expression, our intuition, clarity of clarity of focus. The root chakra is for wealth. The sacral chakra is to create our reality because it's the seat of emotional intelligence. And the solar plexus is for believing in ourselves, for having that influence and confidence. And the heart chakra is for relationship. And that's where our healing is going to be flowing from as we heal every area of our life. The throat chakra is the storehouse for expressive communication to speak our truth. And the third eye is our center of intuition, that sixth sense. The crown chakra is our spiritual connection and clear focus. Once these chakras are opened, the sky will no longer be the limit. Are we ready to experience holistic awakening for holistic healing through activating our spiritual DNA so as to be able to affect matter with the energy of our body and mind and tap into that universal intelligence of the quantum creative unified field in order to change our circumstances, our situations, and live life fully? That is the question we are going to be asking ourselves as we end this presentation. We need to heal every area of our lives. Thank you so much for listening to this insightful presentation. Namaste.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful and insightful presentation once again. And today you covered very valuable topic. This is the holistic healing. You presented all the things with scientific evidences and how we have two types of DNA. It is very new thing for me. I know both the chakra theory and the DNA, modern DNA, but how we can formulate them in the physical and the spiritual DNA. So it is very insightful, and also it will provide a vision to the modern medical system also, how they can treat the patients and how they can think about the wellness or the holistic health of a person. You also covered just chakra theory very scientifically, how they are present in our existence and what is the uh, value of them in our existence, and what are the problems or the diseases we can face if we have not uh, having the chakras functioning properly in our system, and how we can heal them, and what are the symptoms to know that they are not working properly or functioning in a right way. So it is truly a very useful session. And one thing I also want to mention about the flow of the energy you mentioned through your slides, how they are coming from our feet to our head and to the whole the existence. It is very scientific. You also presented very well through the slides, ma'am. And today, this session is also a very insightful and provide a clear vision about the holistic health. I have heard the holistic health, just body, mind, and the soul, but how they are interconnected with each other. So we can understand through this session. And first thing is, ma'am, it is very important, necessary thing for a person or a life and for an individual. We all know without any interaction or without any interruption about the countries, it is useful for every human being. But the question is here how we can motivate or aware for such awakening. So, what are the problems for bringing such awareness in the public?
Thank you very much, Samyak. It might not be easy for us to actually give this information to most humans who still identify themselves as simply this body. Most of us are comfortable with physical bodies on this physical plane, and because of our human ego, we think the physical plane is all there is, and we think our physical body is all there is. This thing called energy and how we can get into something deeper beyond what we can see is something very new to most of us. We need to introduce it very, very sensitively and very carefully. It is not something that is taught in our schools. It is not something that is taught in our churches or mosques. And it is not something that we will inherit from our parents depending on our cultures. It will take a willingness on the part of the person to be interested in getting out of the illusion of time, illusion of physical solid material, in order to get to that realm and begin to see things differently. And that is what evolution of consciousness is all about. It is very sad when most of us end up having our bodies back into the soil and our spirit back to where it came from without ever discovering the unitive experience of living from both our physical and our spiritual nature. And being able to integrate the spiritual and the physical into our mental, emotional, and psycho-spiritual states. It's not going to be easy, but it can be done one person at a time. And there are millions of people out there who are facing existential questions of why am I here? Why at this particular time? What is the meaning of life? Those people are asking questions that are triggering the universe to connect them to people, to information that can get them to the point where they can get a glimpse of what we've discussed today. One person at a time.
Sure. Firstly, we have to identify the willingness of the existence, why I am here, who I am, and where
Yes.
I have to go. So, these existential questions about the life, about ourselves, and how we can find these answers, it is must in an individual for knowing all this kind of, we can say, spiritual knowledge. So you answered very well, man. And another thing we talk about, uh, the health, the holistic health, in various ways. You have presented very scientifically in today's session. So we have WHO, World Health Organization. They have different definition about the health. Several agencies working for the health having different dimensions. Even the people who are related with the yoga or the ancient practices, they have different definitions about the health. Although about the holistic health. So, in simple ways, in your opinion, ma'am, how we can understand the holistic?
Me, I work with the medical professions. They deal with what they have found out according to science, and I deal with what is evident according to energy psychology. Because the energy of their thoughts about the experiences they go through and the energy of their emotions according to how they feel about what they have gone through bring about lots of energy blockages within the system. And this energy blockage has to explode somewhere in the physical body. And when that explosion happens, medical practitioners have to treat it as medical professions physiologically. And I come in as an energy practitioner to heal the energy of the blocked areas in these children in order for them to be healed holistically. The medical practitioner explains what is happening to the patient will be different to how the Eastern practitioner working with energy will explain what is happening. But it is all geared to the same direction of affecting health in this human person. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, uh, very well said that we should know how the somatopsychic and psychosomatic things are interconnected with each other, and what is the role of the energy and how it can affect our somatic system as well as the psychological system. So, without understanding a proper knowledge about this, we cannot treat or cure a patient or person or a child properly. So, you mentioned very well, ma'am, and it is also a very well answer for the or we can say health practitioner all over the globe. They should be aware of the role of the energy in the process of the treatment. In this sequence, we have a question from the audience. He wants to ask how chakras related to the vital energy or pranas. So,
Exactly. That has already been seen on our slides 50, 51, 52, and 53. Chakras are energy centers within our body that run all the way along the spine, from the base of the spine to the crown of our head. And these chakras form our human energy field that connects to the aura field, that energy that surrounds our physical body. And this energy that surrounds our physical body also communicates to the larger cosmic field of quantum creative unified field. That field of the universal force of intelligence, that field of consciousness from where we come from. So these vital energy or prana are actually related to our chakras. And each chakra is related to the 7 auric auras that surround us as our aura. And any blockage in the aura is communicated into the prana. And any information in the prana is directed to the cosmos, and we attract back what we send out as outgoing mail from our own human energy field that is composed of our chakras. And chakras are not physical organs. They are energetic centers that are spinning and vibrating at a particular energy frequency.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And it is also mentioned in the slide very well, very scientifically about the chakras and the scientificness of the energy and how it is related to our existence. So, once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for providing your valuable time with such an insightful and knowledgeable presentation. It will truly help the humanity, especially for the seekers of the truth and the eternal knowledge who wants to know their cause of the existence, why they are here on this planet, who they are, and where they have to go. So, all the questions related to life, a true definition of health and the holistic health, how we can understand our true existence. It is just not the physical body we understood with our materialistic mind, it is far beyond it. So, knowing our true self, knowing our destiny, knowing the life real purpose, we have to go with today's session as instructed, as inspired by ma'am, with such a wonderful slides and the presentation. So thank you so much, ma'am, once again. And before winding up today's session, what will be your conclude message regarding this to whole the humanity?
My last message is one. Are we aware that the universe understands only 2 languages? The language of sound and the language of light. And our chakras can be held by specific sounds, those planetary sounds that are specific for each chakra to reactivate each chakra and activate each strand of DNA that is attached to that chakra. We can live a very exciting life when we are healed holistically. Thank you so much. Namaste.